Disclaimer, the comments made in this video are intended for entertainment purposes only and are not intended to offend anyone.
If a 6'5", 230-pound biological male boxer puts their hand up and says, I would like to compete in women's boxing, would you be happy with that?
There are 6'5", 300-pound cis women too. Can they not compete?
They don't have the same physiology as a biological male. They don't have the same lung capacity.
This woke guest tries to hand-wave biology with talking points and vibes, hoping confidence replaces common sense. Then one blunt question about fairness lands, and the script breaks. No insults, no shouting, just reality stepping in and ending the debate on the spot.
Men do not menstruate. Only women menstruate. Now, you can call yourself whatever you want.
Cis men don't menstruate, but trans men do menstruate.
No,
Same
they
as
don't.
non-binary people.
Only women.
Menstruating is not exclusive
Yes,
to
it
cis
is.
women. No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
So explain to me as to why my body menstruated at
If
some
your
point
chromosomes
then.
are XX and you're young, you menstruate. If you're XY, you don't.
Correct, but what about trans men and non-binary? We're
not men.
excluding a whole group of people
They're
here
women
that
dressed
menstruate.
as men.
Well, what's a man to you? You define a man for me.
You have chromosomes that are X and Y. That's what a man is.
So why are we just looking at the science of this as an example?
Science.
When we've learned sex and gender identity are they're completely different things.
They're not completely different.
They are
things.
completely different.
Completely different words.
Sex is what you're born with, the sexual reproductive organs you have. Gender is what you identify with. They're completely
Well, I don't
different
accept that
things.
distinction. You have to argue for it. You're just giving a conclusion. You're just making it up.
What? Trans women can menstruate? Really? Do they have a uterus? Where does the blood come out from, the back or the front? I'm genuinely curious. Who came up with that crap? Oh wait, don't tell me you use surgeries and treatments to make that happen. Next up, the queen of outrage, trying to score moral points by yelling about hypocrisy, only to get folded by one simple question.
Mark Rubio in Florida, not far from the Pulse nightclub, where 49 LGBT people were massacred, to an anti-gay organization event. So do not try to equate the mistake that was made by her campaign staff. And I agree with Tara, whoever was in charge of crowd last night should lose their job. And wait a minute. No. You can't ask me a question.
Because you can't answer the question.
Oh, you can't ask me a question, honey. I can't answer, so don't even try.
What attracted the father of the Orlando terrorist to your candidate?
He's a mentally ill individual who ran for president.
I get it.
Pardon me?
What attracted him to your candidate? And your answer was he's mentally ill.
His answer that... Stop smiling and smirking like it's a funny thing.
No, his mantra that... Stop smiling and smirking like it's a funny thing.
She storms in swinging, but when asked to explain her own side's mess, the logic vanishes faster than her composure. The calm conservative barely says a word, and suddenly the liberal is arguing with gravity itself. Nothing ends a lecture faster than facts delivered politely.
But so many people see the word feminist as a negative thing.
Because I think that feminism has long been associated with the most extreme versions of it. So people think a feminist is sort of a crazy woman who hates men and doesn't shave and, right? And so all of these sort of really crazy negative stereotypes that have been attached to feminism, and so people don't want to associate with it. Right? There are people who've said to me, why do you call yourself feminist? Why don't you just say you're a humanist or an equalist? But that is what feminism is. Right? Feminism is about justice for everyone, but you have to name a problem. And the problem is it's women who've been excluded, so we need to call it what it is.
Charlottesville is an egregious symptom of what is wrong with parts of all over America. I'm not jumping to conclusions, sir. I'm being factual. And you are dismissing it. And, you know, perhaps if you would actually speak to the heart of these things, we could get to the bottom
hold on a
of
second.
some
Simone,
of
let's get a point of clarification. Ken, what are you disagreeing with exactly? Simone's argument
Apparently
is basically
white
that,
supremacists.
you know what white supremacists are about. You know what Robert E. Lee evokes. That's what they used for the basis for coming together. What is your point of disagreement exactly?
Right. Well, my point of disagreement is that was an excuse to bring these groups together. The local blogger who got the permit to protest the removal of the Robert E. Lee statue then blew this up. That was an excuse. Look at how they got the permit. And can I finish, Simone? Will you just shut up for a minute and let me finish?
Pardon me, sir. You don't get to tell me to shut up on national television.
He got frustrated. She's yelling about decorum, but she couldn't let him have 5 seconds of uninterrupted speech. In this next clip, we've got DEI talking points meeting a reality check.
Did you see that video? No, it's bananas.
A good percentage of people will not accept an offer with a company that doesn't have intentional DE&I programs and initiatives.
Talk to me, Pastor.
Well, a few things. If DEI works anywhere, it has to work everywhere. Let me tell you where DEI does not work. The NBA and the NFL. Where are the Asian, Latino, Hispanic basketball and football players? Where are the black guys in the National Hockey League? Those businesses are performance-based. It really comes down to, Dr. Phil, the issue of justice. And if you really want to go deep to the heart of this, and when I say that DEI treats the symptom but not the sickness, America is in a new civil war right now. The first civil war was the North versus the South. The new civil war is a war of ideologies.
How crazy is that? Is fucked up. How crazy is that?
One side promises inclusion fixes everything, delivered with corporate confidence. Then a calm breakdown hits, pointing out where performance actually matters and feelings do not. The smiles fade, the room gets quiet, and suddenly merit is not such a dirty word after all.
Women in this country still make 77 cents on the dollar for what men make. So if women don't make less than men?
Actually, if you start looking at the numbers, Rachel, there are lots of reasons for that.
Wait. Well, don't tell me the reasons are. Do women make less than men for doing the same thing?
No, because...
Wow. Okay.
Well, for example, men work an average of 44 hours a week. Women work 41 hours a week. Men go into professions like engineering, science, and math that earn more. Women want more flexible
professions. Listen, this is not a math is hard.
No. Yes, it is, actually.
Right now, women are making 77 cents on the dollar for what men are making.
But that's not true. If so,
let Rachel make her point.
Every greedy businessman in America would hire only women, save 25%, and be hugely profitable. And I love how passionate you are. I wish you were as right about what you're saying as you are passionate about it. I really do.
Whoever made that dumb report was definitely a feminist. How do you create a haphazard statistic and call it fact? Also, every classic feminist does not want to hear the truth. It's all feelings and oppression. Anything else, throw it out the window.
It's okay if you're proud of your sexuality, but why do I have to be proud of your sexuality? That's where you lost a lot of folks, and we're starting to finally
firstly, I'll say Dylan is a trans woman. Dylan is a woman, so you got that wrong. And secondly,
well, Dylan was a gay man until last year. Dylan was a gay man until last year.
They've transitioned. They're a woman. I think that we lost people right at the beginning when gay people were dying in the streets because no one was looking out for us. So actually what we're doing right now is just, I wouldn't even use the word celebrating. I think pride is a protest.
Is it a bit too much? In other words, do you want to...
What does that mean? What is too much?
In other words, I think with every campaign, bringing people with you is really important, right? The moment it looks like it's just over the top, like it's everywhere you go is pride. Do we need to be that exuberant about it?
Are you blaming gay people for that? I mean,
no.
I thought the company...
Honestly, I don't care what sexuality anybody is. I don't think most people do anymore.
Right, so what is the problem then? Why are you so triggered by a flag? It's a rainbow flag. You mentioned Regent Street.
I'm not triggered by a rainbow flag. I'm triggered by the fact that everywhere I go for a calendar month, everything has to be a rainbow flag.
Well, I'm triggered that everywhere I go for the entire year, everything has to be straight. Why is straight everywhere?
Where's my straight flag?
Why am I constantly getting straight people?
Where is my straight flag?
Why are straight people holding hands in the street?
When have you ever seen a straight flag?
Why has Mickey Mouse got a
Tell
girlfriend?
me one straight flag hanging right now anywhere in the world.
Why are straight people pushing
is the straight flag?
Identity
Where's the straight flag?
Everywhere.
Where's my straight flag?
It's everywhere.
It's never been a straight flag.
You're a straight flag.
If there's a straight flag, then I want one too. I want to put it in everyone's faces and celebrate it for a whole month every year as well. Wouldn't that be fair?
Do you believe in the climate crisis?
Yes.
Well, the animal agriculture, farming and fishing is a leading cause of the climate crisis.
You know what's also a leading cause of climate crisis? Planes which carry vast amounts of your avocados and your almonds from California and fly them thousands of miles to your table here in your vegan cafes. And then they also go in trucks. And that is an environmental hazard too. So you're not only are you killing billions of bees, you're destroying the planet. And yet you have the brass neck to sit here in between munching your almonds and your avocados and start preaching to me about how virtuous you are about not killing animals.
I swear this lady is one step away from shedding tears.
They, Sam is a they pronoun. Sorry, please finish.
Sam used to be a he too, right? We can't keep up with any of them. Demi Lovato used to be they,
Demi's
them.
Exhausted,
now
so
she's
funny,
a she again. He's been a he. He wants to be called they, them. He'll be back to being a he again.
It is so funny.
They can't make their minds up what they are.
Both of you are straight, and you're saying you're exhausted.
How do you know I'm straight? How dare you guess my sexuality?
Like, let's not play games here. It is exhausting.
I don't remember Tommy revealing her sexuality.
There are 72 countries in the world where it's illegal to be gay.
Yep, 1 minute I'm a she, the next a they, then next week a them. I can be anything I want as long as I feel like it.
Mothers, fathers, armed forces veterans, fallen soldiers, women, patron saints all have one thing in common. There's one calendar day per year held in their honour. Quite right too. There's always been a source of some confusion to me that simply being gay or part of the LGBTQ2+ community entitles you to an entire month. I'm of course referring to the holy month of Pride, which mandates 30 days of revelry in honour of, as I say, the LGBTQIA, my apologies to A's-2SL-plus community. I have no idea what half of that means, but I'm very happy for everyone to lead the lives they want. And admittedly, after reading that aloud, it all makes a lot more sense. Or does it? Clearly there's a day for every letter, but the serious point here is that this kind of enforced celebration of sexual preferences is, I think, becoming a little bit counterproductive. There are many millions of people, myself included, who couldn't give a damn what you do behind closed doors, or frankly, in front of open doors.
Guys, think about it. LGBTQIA++ makes a whole lot of sense. It doesn't matter if I was born as a black female. I can choose to identify as a white homosexual, a black man, or an Asian 2-year-old because I feel like it. Great. Let's see what happens in the next 10 years.
The Ovarian Cancer UK tweeted today.
Love you too.
Did you know that anyone with ovaries, regardless of gender identity, can be at risk for ovarian cancer? Let's raise awareness by asking, can men get ovarian cancer? James Barr, men can't get ovarian cancer because men don't have ovaries. What is a leading cancer charity doing asking this stupid question?
What are you doing attacking a charity?
Because I think that is attacking women.
Why are you attacking a charity?
Well, I'll tell you why. Because a woman then actually messaged me who has terminal ovarian cancer, who says the idea of being on a tiny ward with somebody identifying as a woman next to her who actually has a penis and is a man, right, fills her with utter horror.
Because of all the nonsense and fear-mongering that this platform is creating.
No, she's a woman, doesn't want to be around men.
Listen to me.
When she's dying.
Listen to me.
In an ovarian cancer.
If I decide to drink oat milk, that doesn't mean that actual milk is no longer is being threatened, okay? And in this case, this charity want to raise awareness about maybe 1%, if that, of people that could suffer from ovarian cancer.
So how many men? Okay, let me ask you. How many men have ovaries?
I have no idea, Piers. I'm not in that situation.
How many?
But they put it in their tweet. If you read it properly, it actually says what the statistics are. It does say.
No men have ovaries.
Well, according to a charity that work in this field, they do.
Men
so why don't you take it up with the charity?
No women have penises.
Well, according to the charity, who I think probably know more about ovaries than you do, because you aren't a woman, Piers, neither am I.
Don't.
Sorry, look, you know so much about women, your wife took a 2-week break from you, so I don't know why we're listening to you talking about women constantly. Can we just get back to the fact that they are trying to help someone?
My wife did what, did you say?
Didn't you have a sabbatical from each other?
No, it was actually a lot longer than 2 weeks.
Was it?
Yeah.
How long
I recommend it warmly. I wouldn't buy one from you.
Last I checked, men do not and cannot have ovaries. They know that we know that. Everybody is aware of that fact. Or is there something I'm missing?
You're being a little dehumanizing.
Yes, I am being dehumanizing. While that is still in my body, it is my choice.
What is the womb designed for?
It is designed to carry a clump of cells.
Where were you before you were born?
My dad's, I guess, testicles.
It wasn't you yet, because you is when there's a unique individual
so when I was
genetic
born,
identity.
then yes.
Come on, the science shows at the moment of fertilization, sperm egg fusion,
the
you have
science
unique.
doesn't
That's
actually
when
show that.
It does show that you have unique individual genetic identity. That is a fact.
That there is cell multiplication.
But
that does
what
not
kind of
show...
cell multiplication? It's not like skin cells. What is it? Come on.
It's a massive cells.
But what is it? It's a human embryo, right?
Well, yes.
That's developing rapidly.
But it is a clump of cells.
But we already said we are clumps of cells. So you're kind of using that pejoratively, like, oh, you're clump of cells. You can be aborted. You can be miscarried. It doesn't matter. Who cares? You and I are clumps of cells. So it's a little dehumanizing.
Yes, I am being dehumanizing because it is a clump of cells.
But we are clumps of cells. We already, you acknowledge that. Why wouldn't you dehumanize us
because
that term?
Until you are actually outside of my body, there are no rights. Because if there were, my friends, there would already be laws on the books. And currently, there are no laws on the books that say that anything that happens before that birth means that they are not actually live.
That's actually inaccurate. So even in states like California, there has been such a thing until recently, in the last 2 years, as illegal abortions. Are you aware of that? So even in states that are blue states, there are illegal abortions where it says, yes, before birth, this is a person that has some rights and we're going to protect them.
She wants to be cool so badly. Until there are laws against or for something, you can do whatever you want. That is not an argument you want to make.
You're a Yale-educated attorney, and I want to get your take on what we saw happen last week, those immunity arguments before the Supreme Court, where Trump's team, his attorney, argued that a president could order the military to stage a coup and to have their political opponent assassinated and be immune from prosecution unless this theory that they were impeached and then convicted by the Senate. Do you share the view that presidents are basically above the law?
Look, Caitlin, I think we have to be careful about imputing words into the president's attorneys that they didn't actually say. What the president's attorney said is that what the president's attorney said, Caitlin, to be clear, is that there is a checks and balances system in our Constitution. Now, some things the president does, private acts, are liable to criminal penalties, but most of the things that the president does in their official duties, we have a system of impeachment, we have a system of checks and balances, the legislative branch that I'm a member of, the judicial branch. I do not read the president's attorneys as saying that the president could order a coup. The president's attorneys are saying that the constitutional checks and balances system would address that problem, and I think that's an important distinction.
But let me stop you right there, because I listened to this. It's John Sauer, Trump's attorney, and when he was asked by one of the justices if the president could order the military to stage a coup and would it count as an official act, meaning he couldn't be prosecuted for it, he said it would depend on the circumstances. I mean, what circumstances warrant a president ordering the military to stage a coup?
Well, first of all, he did say it depends on the circumstances, so that opens up a whole lot of avenue for context there. But more importantly, Caitlin, he's just saying that would count as an official act.
But that's there are a number. That's an official act in your view too.
But could I finish the answer to the question, Caitlin? An official act. There are a number of checks and balances in our system. There's the impeachment process. There's the budgeting authority that Congress has. There are a number of ways where Congress has a check and balance control over the president of the United States. All he's saying is that the criminal liability procedures that exist in this country don't cover the president's official acts. And by the way, how could anybody disagree with that, Caitlin? Should Barack Obama be prosecuted for killing an American citizen via a drone strike? There are a number of examples in American history where if you apply the standard, the lawfare standard of the Biden administration against Donald Trump, it would make the presidency impossible to actually execute the law.
Yeah,
so in the name of taking down their political opponent, Caitlin, these guys are really pushing a legal theory that I think would destroy the presidency, whether a Democrat or Republican was in charge.
That's Caitlin Collins, one of the ones who can't get it out. Not only can't she get reasonable questions out, she also can't be quiet while a person answers.
On the right have acknowledged that he inherited from the previous administration.
Well, that's fake news.
Well, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
If you look at the unemployment among African Americans during his years and during the Obama years, clearly it was much better. If you look at opportunity zone districts, if you look at support and financial support to historical colleges, clearly it's better off under his administration than the previous administration. So, I don't want to get caught into politics.
Well,
just because I'm a Democrat, my party feels though that
I like to traffic in facts, and much of what you just said is patently false. But I do want to. Representative Jones, this is my show. I'll ask questions. Give me a second.
Well, you had me on your show.
I know,
but don't cut me off when I'm giving an answer.
I'm not cutting you off, but I do want to. Are you a paid campaign surrogate? Are you being compensated?
Let me be clear. You get paid to shape a liberal narrative. You get paid to attack this president. I don't get a dime for this president. I don't get a dime from the campaign. Everything I've done has been me and based on my principles. And see, that's the problem. When an African American that's elected official,
I did not raise your
race. Let me finish now. Let me finish.
Whoa. You're not going to imply that I asked that question because you're black.
So don't ask me that. You only ask me that because I don't fit your narrative. No, this president never offered anything. I don't want anything from this president. It's what I can do for my country. And you need to accept that many other African Americans and others support this president because of his policies. And to insult me to say, am I getting paid?
I've asked the same question. I've asked the same question
and that's
of
Democrats
who come on.
MSNBC and their narrative to keep blacks silent who happen to support this president. Why can't I be like white liberals or other whites? Nobody questioned they're getting paid. So I have to get paid. Do you ask Democrats, do they get paid?
I just said if you
paid by Joe Biden.
I just said
have
to you.
Have you ever asked any host on your show that they've been paid by Joe Biden?
State Representative Vernon Jones.
That's actually quite the dumb claim. Shout out to Obama. So Trump inherited your economy, employment, tax policies, and everything else. Inherited is an insane term. Many will say his term was a better time. But let's hold that. What did Biden do with the Trump inheritance? Or does inheritance not apply to your incompetent mentees? And finally, we've got a young activist convinced she can save the planet by banning oil.
This activist was literally left speechless when confronted with reality.
We could set the way for the whole planet by committing to stopping oil.
The problem I had is this idea that the one group of people have decided that they are the ones to save the world. How dare you question us because we know what's right. I'm going to glue my hand to some tarmac and then I'm going to be a martyr and I'm going to be a good person while the rest of us can't get on with our days. I'm more than twice her age. I've got kids, I've got a job, I've got an elderly mother. We have to get on with our life. I can't afford an electric car. I can't afford a heat pump. Most people can't afford that. It's about ego. There's no doubt that we've had a winter without any protest, but as soon as the sun comes out, it's eco-festival time. And it is a festival. Let's get on social media, advertise to my friends what a great person I am, while the rest of ordinary people who have to go to work can't get to work.
What's your response? I just can't believe that that's what you're saying.
The smug arrogance of these fools. Oh, I can't stand them. I cannot stand them.
Oh yes, this lady nailed it with shutting down roads and gluing yourself to tarmac is exactly how ordinary people achieve climate salvation. Suddenly, caring about the planet looks less like heroism and more like an ego-fueled Instagram festival.